Peace, guys. It's Alana Sarai coming at you again. Thank you for tuning in to all of the new subscribers. My channel is all about locks, motherhood, and veganism. And if this is your first time here, please come back. Please visit my channel and see all of the nice videos that I have here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. And I will continue to put out the best that I can possibly do. Now, with all of that being said, let's jump right into the video. Today is going to be about lock extensions. So a lot of people always ask me like, okay, what should I do with the lock extensions? What price should I be looking for? What type of stylist should I be looking for to do lock extensions? Now, what I'm talking about, permanent lock extensions that you want to put in your hair so that you can avoid the process of waiting for your natural hair to lock, right? Because some people, we don't want to start off locks with short hair, and so we want to attach locks or do lock extensions. So today I'm going to be talking about 2 methods to do lock extensions. These are the 2 go-to methods for me. I know some other stylists use some different methods. These are basically the ones that work for me the best and what I found that works for the clients the best. So the first method is attaching pre-made locks. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is online, you can go to Amazon, because what does Amazon not sell? And you can get your pre-made locks. Now, what you're going to be looking for is handmade, and you're going to be looking for human hair. Okay, now keep in mind, when you're buying pre-made locks, you really have to dig deep and do the research on specifically where these locks are coming from, right? Because we want to make sure that they are not locks that were cut from someone else's hair. Why do I say that? Because locks hold a lot of energy. And if we are getting locks that were cut from someone else's hair, we need to make sure that it goes through the proper cleansing process before you put all of that energy and integrate it into your own hair. Me personally, I would suggest to go to a stylist that knows how to make the locks. Someone like me, of course. You would come to me for your lock extensions, and I would give you the 2 methods. If you choose to do the attach method, I would then create the locks using Afro kinky human hair, and I would create those locks to then add it to your hair. There's a few different methods to add those pre-made locks to your head. One method would be the crocheting. Now, I'm sure you've seen it online where you just kind of take the hook and you go in and out, up and down the lock. Now, this hairstyle takes a long time, okay? Whatever stylist that you have that's going to be doing this has to be very tedious and very diligent in the way that she works, okay? You don't want anybody that's going to be, if she has you in the salon a long time for your maintenance, don't get lock extensions with her. If she has you for a long time in the salon for any reason at all, it's going to be like death getting these lock extensions with her, okay? She's got to be a diligent, hard worker and fast worker to get those lock extensions done using the crochet method. This method is very good. It's useful. It'll have your hair looking good. It will integrate that pre-made lock into your hair very quickly, very easily. The day of, you will see your hair is locked, should be locked from the root to the end. And if she's doing it correctly, I keep on saying she, but if she or he, whoever your stylist is doing it correctly, you shouldn't be able to tell where your hair ends and where the pre-made lock begins, okay? Now, the next method that I'm going to be talking about is creating locks on the head. What do I mean by that? Meaning she's getting loose hair that is also Afro kinky, and she's doing a series of wrap, twist, and braid. Okay, wrap, twist, braid, wrap, twist, braid, wrap, twist, braid. And she's integrating that false hair in with your own hair. Now, at the end, she may even choose to interlock it a bit just to secure it more. And that's what a good stylist would do. And this is also a good method. It takes slightly longer because you're going to be creating the lock all the way from root to end. Whereas with the pre-made lock, it's basically already created. Now, when we're talking about pricing for lock extensions, people tend to ask me, like, why does it cost so much? Now, keep in mind that if you're getting lock extensions, expect to spend about 15 hours plus in the salon. What a lot of stylists like to do is split the days up. We'll do 8 hours today, 8 hours tomorrow, and a day like that. Some people just like to get it done all in one spot. And then from 15 hours would be like your larger size locks that are like this length. And then if you want this length, it's going to be more time. If you want this length, more time, and so forth and so forth. If you want them, you know, the diameter to be, or the circumference to be this thick, is going to be certain amount of, about 15 hours. Now, if you want them thinner like this, it's going to be even more time. If you want them, you know, sister lock style, sister lock size, it's going to be way more time. Okay. Most stylists will charge you by the hour for services like this. Okay. If she is a good stylist, she will give you a quote before she begins your hair. And you should be expecting to spend, again, about 15 hours at the lowest for getting your hair done. Now, when it comes to pricing for lock extensions, like I said, most stylists will charge hourly for this, but they'll give you a roundabout figure. So when you go in for your consultation, which again, I would say always go for a consultation. Always go for a consultation before you get lock extensions. This is a permanent style, and this is something that's going to be in your hair for a long time, and you want to know exactly what this stylist intends to do with your hair, and you want to know exactly what she's talking about and what her ideas are for your hair, right? Yeah. Okay, so when you go for your consultation, she should give you a general idea of how much it's going to cost you. Okay, she may say that it'll be an hourly cost, and then she'll also say, but I won't go over X amount of dollars, or it should run you around X amount of dollars. So breaking down the prices, if this stylist is charging between $2,000 and $3,000 for you to get your locks done, this length, medium sized, okay, she's an excellent stylist. She must be grade A. She's the top-notch stylist. $2,000 to $3,000 is not a crazy amount to spend on your locks. Why do I say that? Is because you're skipping the whole lock journey. It's like going in with 5-year locks already. You know what I mean? And you don't have to go through the lock journey at all, really. It's already done for you. Another thing is that you would have to think of how much would your maintenances be over 5 years. On average, your maintenance should cost you about $100 a month. So I guess if you add it together, you know, after 2 years, it would almost be $2,000. You know what I mean? So that is also too a factor. Okay. I know a lot of people are like, "Ooh, that's a lot of money." But for somebody that really wants it, they know that a good stylist should charge you between $2,000 and $3,000. Okay. If she's a mid stylist, somebody like me, she's experienced, but maybe she's not as experienced as a $2,000 or $3,000 stylist. Maybe she's been doing it for half the time, or maybe for whatever reason, she doesn't consider herself, you know, premium or something like that, or, you know, whatever. She doesn't, you know, charge that much for whatever reason personal to that stylist. The mid grade would be about $900 to $1,200, in that range. If she charges that much, you would have to ask her, you know, why is it that price? Now, some people, if your stylist tells you she's going to charge you $900 to $1,200, you're like, okay, that's fine with me. I don't need to go into any deeper issues about anything, because that that meets my price point already. Now, if this is something to be cautious about, this is the last tip that I'm going to give you guys, and then I'm going to quit it. But if your stylist is charging $800, $600, $400 for lock extensions, you're going to have to be cautious of her. Be real cautious of her and where she got her hair at and why she's charging that cheap. Because for lock extensions, such a long and tedious job, and for her to be charging, you know, $800 or less is really like, you really have to question exactly why she's charging so cheap. You know what I mean? It's almost the equivalent to, like, I know for some of y'all remember when you got like a relaxer or something back in the day, okay? Back in the day when you go to the salon to get your relaxer, your blowout and your straightener, whatever we got, the roller set or whatever, it was like $70 when I went to the salon. So if I normally pay $70 and somebody is charging me, you know, $25 for the same thing, you would be like, why she charges so low? Like, is she still qualified? You know what I mean? And that's something just to be cautious about. Not saying that she's not a good stylist, but just to be cautious about that. So if you guys are questioning whether you should get lock extensions or not, my personal opinion, go ahead and get the lock extensions. Like, if you want them and if you want a carefree way to start your locks, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to go through the phases of the locks or anything like that. You can just go right into the locking process. Oh, why not? It's a no-brainer. I actually started my locks using lock extensions originally. It personally didn't work out for me because I was bored with it. And I couldn't tell where my real hair was related to the fake hair, which was kind of weirding me out a little bit because I wanted to know what was the real length of my locks. So that was the only thing for me. But it definitely helps for those of you who are out there that's like, I really want to start locks, but man, I just don't have enough hair to start them yet. And I don't want to be looking all, you know, however people feel like it's the ugly stage or, you know, the boyish stage, the rough stages, or however you want to say it. People don't want to go through that. But you can also start locks without having to go through that. And the key is the lock extensions. I know that was a mouthful. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in tomorrow where I'll be going over whatever comes to me, a new subject. Thank you guys. Peace.